Welcome to Royal Telly, where the truth shines brighter. I'm your host, Chloe. Today we're diving into some recent remarks made by Tom Quinn about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, as reported by The Mirror. It's crucial to dissect these statements because they shape public perception and, frankly, they often stray far from the truth. Tom Quinn claims that Harry has been directly asked by his father not to share any more family secrets, suggesting that such disclosures are purely for personal gain aimed at securing an apology or amends from his family. Quinn paints a picture of a petulant prince airing dirty linen for sympathy, which is a gross oversimplification and misrepresentation of the Duke's motives and actions. This narrative not only undermines Harry's personal experiences, but also skews public understanding of the dynamics within the royal family. It's essential we challenge these portrayals to ensure a fair and factual representation of all parties involved. Let's peel back the layers of these baseless claims. Tom Quinn made several claims. Let's dissect them one by one. Firstly, Quinn suggests that Prince Harry has been directly asked by his father, King Charles, not to share any more royal family secrets. The choice of words here, particularly leak, is notably charged, insinuating that Harry's previous disclosures were akin to a breach of trust or security. This framing not only criminalizes Harry's actions, but also conveniently ignores the context in which these revelations were made. It's important to ask, why are these considered secrets? What is the nature of these so-called secrets that they must be shielded from public discourse? Moreover, the use of the word obey in Quinn's remarks reveals an antiquated view of familial and institutional dynamics. It implies a hierarchy where personal expression is subject to approval by a higher authority, a concept that feels out of place in a modern and democratic context. This language doesn't just suggest obedience, it demands it, which is a troubling way to describe the relationship dynamics within a family, royal or not. Quinn also paints a picture of Prince Harry as someone with a singular motive to elicit an apology from his family members. This reductionist view strips Harry of any agency or complexity, reducing all his actions to this single narrative thread. It fails to consider any genuine concerns he might have about the institution or his own mental and emotional well-being, which he has publicly addressed in the past. The narrative then takes a rather dramatic turn with Quinn's speculative commentary about Archie, Harry's son, discussing his royal relatives in the future. This leap into speculative future casts a somber mood, suggesting isolation and sadness for Archie. It's a manipulative tactic designed to evoke sympathy for the royal institution while subtly casting blame on Meghan for any future familial disconnect. As we can see, the choice of words can paint a very skewed picture. The language used by Quinn and the implications of his statements deserve a critical examination, not just for accuracy, but for the underlying intentions they reveal. Now let's contrast Quinn's portrayal with the real achievements of Harry and Meghan. When we talk about Prince Harry, we must remember his 10 years of military service, where his commitment was not just ceremonial, but involved active duty in Afghanistan. He wasn't merely a royal in uniform. He served with distinction and bravery, embodying the spirit of dedication that he would carry into his civilian life. His founding of the Invictus Games stands out as a beacon of hope and resilience, transforming the lives of wounded veterans through the power of sport and community. Furthermore, Harry's advocacy for mental health, breaking the royal protocol of silence around personal challenges, has fostered global conversations that challenge stigma and encourage support. Turning our gaze to Meghan, her role extends far beyond just being a duchess. Long before she joined the royal family, Meghan was a vocal advocate for women's rights and social justice. Her work with the United Nations as an advocate for political participation and leadership for women set a stage for her future endeavors. Her eloquent speeches and proactive engagements have been pivotal in pushing the boundaries on issues of gender equality and social reform. Together, Harry and Meghan's partnership in the 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗏 Foundation amplifies their commitment to bettering the world. This initiative isn't just about charity, it's about systemic change, supporting mental health services, rebuilding communities, and ensuring every voice can be heard. Their mission to drive compassionate communities and foster global action reflects their shared values and vision for a more inclusive world. Their journey is not just about the roles they've stepped back from, but the lives they are actively shaping through their courage to redefine what public service looks like outside the traditional royal framework. They are not the detached figures portrayed by some, but active contributors to the global community, dedicated to humanitarian and social causes. Their actions speak louder than any critic's words. Understanding the tactics is key to seeing the full picture. In the world of media, selective reporting and sensationalism are not just tools, they are weapons. They twist narratives and shape public perception, often at the expense of truth. Take the case of the so-called royal experts. These individuals often have deep-seated affiliations with specific media outlets, aligning their commentary with the editorial slant of these organizations. This relationship is symbiotic but hardly transparent, as it serves to craft a particular image or storyline that may not fully reflect reality. Consider how stories about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are framed. Reports often highlight dramatic or controversial elements, omitting context or ignoring less sensational but equally important aspects. This selective reporting creates a skewed image portraying Harry and Meghan not as they are, but as caricatures designed to engage and enrage. Sensationalism takes this distortion a step further. It involves blowing certain facts out of proportion to evoke a strong emotional response from the audience. Words like scandal and betrayal are tossed around, not necessarily because they accurately describe the situation, but because they attract more eyeballs. It's a tactic that sells newspapers and clicks, but at what cost? The role of so-called royal experts in this process is particularly insidious. Often touted as insiders with exclusive access, their authoritative tone can lend credence to biased or baseless claims. They are portrayed as impartial observers, yet their affiliations suggest otherwise. These experts frequently have their own agendas, shaped by the very media outlets that promote their views. This creates a feedback loop of misinformation that can be difficult to break. Understanding these tactics opens up a broader conversation about media literacy. It's crucial to approach every story with a healthy dose of skepticism, particularly when it involves figures who are as polarizing and frequently targeted as Harry and Meghan. Always question the source and seek the truth. What are the real-life consequences of such unfair treatment? This question looms large over the Sussex family as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle navigate the turbulent waters stirred by relentless media scrutiny and biased commentary. The impact is profound. For Harry and Meghan, each disparaging article and each twisted narrative isn't just a headline. It's a direct attack on their character and intentions. Such negativity has far-reaching effects, not just emotionally but also practically, influencing their decisions and their lifestyle. Driven by the unyielding glare of the British press, the couple made the significant decision to relocate to the United States. This move, often painted as a bid for independence, was fundamentally about seeking a safer, more respectful environment for their growing family. It was a step towards protecting their mental health and crafting a space where their children could thrive away from the harsh spotlight that follows the royal family. The invasive press coverage hasn't ceased with their move. If anything, it has taken on new dimensions, crossing borders and oceans. The couple continues to battle against unauthorized drone photos of their home and paparazzi chases, reminiscent of the very media behavior that contributed to the tragic fate of Harry's mother, Princess Diana. For their children, Archie and Lilibet, the implications are poignant. They are growing up with an understanding of their heritage shadowed by conflict and controversy, a narrative shaped not by personal experience but by public perception and media portrayal. It's not just about headlines, it's about real lives. Thank you for joining me today on Royal Telly. In today's discussion, we've peeled back the layers of biased reporting surrounding Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. We've dissected Tom Quinn's remarks and revealed not just the inaccuracies, but the underlying agenda that drives such narratives. It's clear that the portrayal of the Sussexes by certain media outlets and so-called experts is not only skewed, but often serves as a mouthpiece for larger, unseen interests. The story presented by Quinn is a classic example of how media can manipulate perceptions. By focusing on sensationalism rather than substance, these narratives ignore the real issues at hand, such as the genuine challenges Harry and Meghan face and their efforts to forge a positive path forward. It's crucial for us as consumers of media to practice discernment. Always question the source and seek out multiple perspectives before forming opinions. Supporting fair and unbiased media representation isn't just about the Sussexes. It's about fostering a media landscape where truth isn't sidelined by sensationalism. Let's use our voices and platforms to advocate for media integrity. Share articles that are well-researched and fair. Discuss these issues in your circles. And most importantly, support media outlets that strive for truth and balance, because every click, every view, and every share shapes the media of tomorrow. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more supportive content about the Sussexes. Stay informed and stand for truth.